You know, this is one of the most serious issues we've dealt with since I've been in Congress, the Mexican drug cartels moving in on our reservations. I don't know if you've had the opportunity to review the testimony that has been provided over the last couple of years with this subcommittee. We've had 2 different hearings. I want to apologize to everyone in this room that this has devolved into focusing on something related to Jeffrey Epstein rather than the very serious issues that are before us in our efforts to protect our tribal members from the absolute catastrophe of the Biden administration's open border policies. We have heard about drug trafficking, human trafficking, drug smuggling. We have heard about addictions that are just, that make you cry as you sit here and listen to it. None of it has anything to do with the Epstein files or President Trump, but it has everything to do with protecting our tribal members and our communities from the scourge of violence related to the Mexican drug cartels. Mr. Garris, last year I questioned then Attorney General Garland about the DOJ's work to counter the cartel threat on tribal reservations, and I can tell you that it would be an understatement to say that I was disappointed in his response or the DOJ's efforts to protect our tribal members and reservations under his watch. In response to the testimony from tribes about this safety concern on their lands, Mr. Garland actually had the audacity to testify that this issue was Congress's fault and that the DOJ needed more money. Yet your testimony this afternoon covers several new task forces and policies that are helping to counter this threat. It seems then that this is one of policy and enforcement. Would you agree with me?
I would agree. I think more resources, with more resources, we could do more too, ma'am.
But Mr. Addington, we also know that the issue of tribal law enforcement is a very complex one. There are challenges with jurisdiction, recruitment, retention, and more. What is the BIA doing to address these longstanding issues which exacerbate the cartel presence on tribal reservations?
Thank you for that question. Yeah, what we're currently doing is examining our hiring practices right now to make sure we can get more boots on the ground. As you know, Indian country law enforcement staffing our agencies has been a problem for many, many years. So we're trying to streamline the process to get more boots on the ground right now to address having more people addressing these problems is one of the things that we're focused on right now, as well as using the resources that we have and putting intelligence-led policing to work. Using the resources we have to better work smarter, not harder. So when we do that, we make a bigger difference. As you can see from some of the operations that we've done,
that's right.
We're seeing success when we use the resources that we currently have and not having to, continue to come up with new things to do, but just use the things that we have, we can make a difference.
Okay, and I understand that both of you are making a commitment that this is a significant issue for you, and you are going to do everything that you can to protect our tribal communities. Is that fair?
That is absolutely correct.
Thank you. The Department of Homeland Security Inspector General released a report earlier this year which confirmed that the Biden administration lost track of over 330,000 unaccompanied migrant children, or UACs, over the last 4 years. Both Mr. Addington and Mr. Garris, do we have any reason to believe that some of these UACs are on the reservations where the cartels operate as part of smuggling and trafficking chains or for other purposes? Have we been able to do any investigation related to whether we have UACs on these reservations?
From the standpoint of the Bureau of Indian Affairs, we haven't got any intelligence to lead to us to believe that they are there, but we do, when we're working these human trafficking operations, they could be some of the people that we're looking for. We don't know that until we actually work the operations and start digging into where some of the victims come from.
So were you aware of the fact that the Inspector General found that the Biden administration lost over 330,000 children that were brought across the border illegally? Were you aware of that fact?
Yes.
Okay, and so it's something that is on your radar that you need to be addressing as you're considering this specific issue in relation to the cartels moving in on our reservations.
Absolutely.
Wonderful, thank you. I guess that I'm going to be out of time. I very much appreciate the dedication that both of you bring to this issue. It is extremely important to this community and to this committee and to this Congress, and we appreciate what resources you are putting towards this. It is important for our tribal members and our reservations, our fellow citizens, so thank you.
I think